So in the previous lesson we saw how we can have different jobs that run on different versions of root. What we did was to simply have two jobs that are basically the same, except that instead of specifying the 6.26.10 conda here, we use the latest version of root. But what if we want to, let's say, run on 5 different versions of root to make sure that it works, that our code works in all of them? Well, then it gets really painful to do all of this, and there should be a better way to do this. And in fact there is. What we can do is use something called a matrix. What it allows us to do is to run jobs that have the same structure, but we're changing only a small part of them, some variable or some kind of parameter that the job needs, in this case the root version. So the way we set it up is by using this strategy key here, and then matrix, and then we input a list or a series of lists in here. And what it will do is that it will try all the different combinations and run all the different jobs corresponding to all the different combinations. So let's try doing this. So let's again open our main.yaml file, and let's start by deleting this other job, because now we won't need it. It will all be done in a single place. So what we need to do here is we need to say strategy, and then matrix, and then the list or lists that we want. In this case, let's say only version for the version of root, and let's use 6.26.10 conda and latest. So now here, instead of having this hard-coded value, what we want to do is use all the different values coming from this matrix. The way we do this is by using this special notation that is used for GitHub variables and parameters. So you use $sign and then 2 opening and closing curly braces, and then matrix dot, and then whichever list or lists you're using here. So in our case it's going to be version, like this, and that's it. If we save this file and then we add it, we make a commit, and we push, now if we go back to our pull request, okay, it seems like I had a typo, so let's look at what happened. Oh no, there was no typo, it just took a little to get started. So now you'll see that now we have build scheme 2 times, but one with this 6.26 root version and one with the latest version. If we go here to the details, you will see that okay, there was like maybe there was an error, so let's see what happened. Okay, yeah, there was a little typo, so let me fix that. Yes, I should have been here. Let's see, should have been root, then colon, and then our tag. So let me fix this quickly and get this up again. Okay, so let's go back here. So it's running again. And you'll see that if we go to actions here, it will show us our greeting job, but then here it will show us that now it's not a single job, it's a matrix of jobs. You can click here to show all jobs. It will show us that it's running with latest and with 6.26. They should both take a minute or so to finish. So while they finish, I'll mention that some things to keep in mind is that when you're using matrices for versions or things like this, it is better to explicitly use quotation marks, because if you're using something like Python and you write 3.10 for Python 3.10, what YAML will do is that it will interpret this as a number, and since of course 3.1 is the same as 3.10 when interpreted as a number, then it will just truncate this last zero and it will run with 3.1 instead. So the fix is to use quotation marks and do something like this. Okay, so let's go back here and let's see what happened. Okay, so now you can see that both jobs completed, and we were able to test on both versions of root without having to write separate jobs for each of them. Now, by default, the CI will stop all jobs if one of the jobs fails. We can change this behavior by using fail fast and setting that to false. That way, if one job fails, the rest can continue without any issues. And another thing that we can do is that we can tell specific jobs to continue even when there are errors. So if you want to try this out for yourself, you can do that. You can pause the video and do it, and then come back and see if you have any issues. So what we'll do here so we'll open our main file again here, and here in matrix, apart from the version, let's also add a new list. Let's call it allow failure, and let's just do false. So what we want to do is that only when the latest version runs, only that one can fail, but the rest should be stopped when they fail. So apart from having all the different combinations in here, we can also include particular combinations by using include like this, and then we give it a list of cases that should be included. So in this case, version should be latest, and then allow failure should be true. And then to make sure that they allow the failure, we also need to add this continue on error with the value of this allow failure. So let's copy this and let's put it over here. And similar to include, there's also an option to exclude different combinations of all these lists that we have here. But let's keep it simple and let's only try this out. So let's save this file. Let's add it. Let's make a commit. And let's push. So if we go back to our pull request, there's again something running. So you'll see here the parameters that it's running with. So now it's running with 6 point. Let's see. Let's go here to actions. So now it's running with latest and allowing failures, and it's running again with 6.26 but not allowing errors. And this is gonna take a little time to finish, but there's not really any point in waiting since we know that both are just gonna succeed. So that is it for this lesson. I will see you in the next one.